Hello, my name's Linda. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and today I'm joining in with the Let's Get Hopping blog hop, and the theme of this hop is case yourself, which I found quite tricky. So I've actually gone back through my blog and I found this pizza box that I made quite a while ago, and unusually I still had this in one of my boxes, so I've pulled it out to show you. So I'm going to be making a pizza box, but it's going to be very different. I've actually gone for a wedding theme on this occasion. I'm going to be using this new embossing folder. It's the Country Floral, and this is it. I'm not sure how easily you can see that. I don't want it to get too much light on it. And this is a free item with the celebration, so if you spend £45 you can choose that as one of your free items. So I'm gonna, let's get started. I'm bringing my trimmer in. I'm using thick Whisper White cardstock here, and this is cut at 11.5 inches by 6.5, and I'm going to do a little bit of scoring. And let's just get my blade out of the way there. So I'm going to start at 1.5 and I'm going to score at 1.5, 5, 6.5, I can't really see, can you? Come down a bit, and 10, and then we're going to turn it to the short side, so this is the 6.5 inch side, and we're going to score at 1.5 again, and 5, and then that will be all of our scoring done, and we can just move that out of the way. Okay, and then I'm going to turn it around this way, and I'm going to just using my, this is my 3/4 inch circle punch. I'm just going to cut a little half circle at the end there. So we've got a square, and a rectangle here. I'm not sure how easy you can see that. So square, rectangle, and in the rectangle I'm just eyeballing it, but you could measure it, so you're about halfway, and then I'm just going to do that, and that is going to be where we use that to open the box. So if you see the one that I've done before, you can put your thumb there. It makes it easier to open the pizza box. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side for a second, and I'm going to show you the other pieces that we need. So we're also going to need some other pieces, and this is for my decoration. So this is just the normal Whisper White, and this is a 3 5/8 inch square, and you need one of those. And then this is a 3 5/8 inch this way, and 1 5/8 inch that way, and you're going to need 4 of those. And this is just to decorate the front of our box. And also I'm going to be using a soft sea foam, and I've done exactly the same. So one of these, one square in soft sea foam, and 4 of these in soft sea foam, and that is if you want to decorate the inside of your box, which is what I'm going to do as well. And so then what we're going to do, we're going to be using our embossing folder now, and I'm going to place my Whisper White in here. So you can get your square and you can get one of your sides, and then we're going to close that up, and I'm going to show you the Big Shot sandwich. Okay, so this is how our Big Shot would be. So we've got our bottom layer platform, and then we've got the little one on top, and then we've got our 2 cutting plates. So for using this embossing folder, we do not need one of the cutting plates, so that can go. And then we can take this one away as well, that can go. So then we just need to lay our embossing folder on top of our platform, and then put our other cutting plate on the top. So we're just using one cutting plate on top, and then that just needs to run through our Big Shot, which I'm going to do now. Okay, so I've run that through, and here we go, and look how pretty that is. They're so pretty. And this is one of the textured embossing folders. I think it's called Dynamic Textured Impressions. That's what it's called. That's why I couldn't remember, because it's a bit of a mouthful. So that's why you only need the one cutting plate for this. And if you do find that you get any cracking, if you just spray it gently with a little bit of water, that helps. But I haven't found that I've got any cracking with this one in particular. And so you need to do all 4. So you've got 4 of these, you need to do all 4 of those. So let's put that to one side now. And I'm going to bring in my box again. Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're going to fold and we're going to burnish all of our fold lines. All of our score lines, rather. Okay, and now I've folded all of these and burnished them, and now laying with our long side, our 11.5 inch side at the top, we need to cut up all of our score lines, all of these little score lines up to that first one. So we're going to cut straight up. Turn it round, we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, and now I'm just going to tab, so I've just cut a little wedge off of these little tabs. So these are going to be the ones that stick into the sides of the box. I'm just going to cut a little wedge off of each side, just to make it a little bit neater inside. So just these little tabs, not the sides. So not these big ones. Okay, so I've wedged all of my little tabs, and I've also put some tear and tape. So I've put tear and tape on each one of my tabs. So there, and there. And that is on the outside of my box. So on the good side of your box you put your tear and tape, so then when we do fold it, it goes on the inside. Before I do that, let's pull in. So I've got my little pieces of Whisper White that I have already embossed, and so I've got one for each of my sides, here and here. So the one at the front that I'm going to put at the front here, we've already got our little hole here, so we need to punch again. So what I do is I just line it up on the front, flip it over, and then punch it again. And that way it's going to fit onto the front of our box there. So I'm going to stick all these on now. So I'm going to just using some Tombow. I'm going to stick that to the front of my box, and it's meant to have just a little edge just around the edge there. And then I've got my side pieces. So this is going to be our lid. So we are only decorating the lid and the sides. We don't need to decorate the bottom. This is such a great embossing folder, and I'm really not a floral lover. I'm not really a flowery person, but I do really like this embossing folder. And then we're going to do this one at the back. Okay, so, and then I've got this one that I'm going to put on the front of my box. So this will be on the top of the lid. Okay. So already this is making a really pretty box. It's quite subtle. So it'll be like this, but I do really like it. But I'm going to add a little bit more. So I've used the what is this? The Be Mine stitched framelits, and this is one of the little hearts from that set. And it actually cuts. I've done it in soft sea foam here, so it cuts out the heart and then it also cuts out an edge at the same time, which comes off when you run it through your big shot. So I've run it through in soft sea foam, and then I've run it through in silver foil. So I'm going to have a heart like this, and what I'm going to do to that, because I want them to be stuck together, I'm just going to put a bit of some tear and tape onto the back just to hold them together. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of that because I want it to pop up. So I'm not actually going to be taking the backing off of my tear and tape. It is just to hold the two edges together. Okay, so then my heart is coming a bit. And then also I have used the well-written framelits. Couldn't even see that then because I came in. Well-written framelits, and I have popped out the bride one, and I have used the adhesive back, multi-purpose adhesive backing, so it's got a nice sticky back to it. It's got something stuck on there. And I'm going to pop that into my heart. And then it also has a little dot at the top there, and what I do, I just take it out and stick it onto the backing of this is just a piece of wax paper, and I stick it on there because otherwise I just lose them. And there you go, and then you can pop it on there. I'm not sure you can even see that. It's such a tiny little dot. And then that is going to go on here with some dimensionals. Okay, so as we know, this is going to be the front. This is the front of our box with our little thumb lift. And I'm just going to pop that on there. So that is going to make a lovely little box there to put your gift in. And then I decided I wanted to decorate the insides as well. And so I've used soft sea foam, which goes with the heart on the front. Obviously, you can use whatever colour you want there. It looks quite nice with white as well. But if you actually know the colour scheme of the wedding, it's nice to coordinate that with their colour scheme. And so this is going to be the bottom of our box. So I'm going to put that in the bottom. Actually, I need to put the box together first. I'm going to put the box together first before I stick these in. Okay, so now I've got the front on. I'm just going to take all of the backing off of my tear and tape, and we're going to put the box together. So I have taken all of the backing off of my my tear and tape, and then we're going to start at the bottom and just fold that in and keep that nice and straight and push it down. And here, this is making the base of the box. So these two are going to go inside. And then just push that down, and then the lid we're just doing the top corner there, and this one, and then it's going to close like that. So let's come in a bit. How cute is that? Such a pretty box. And now we're going to make it even prettier, and we're going to put the soft sea foam into the bottom. So just a little bit of glue on there, and place that in there. And then I'm going to put these at the side as well. you could actually do that top as well. I think that would look nice if you did the top. Maybe put a little message in there, a little personal message in the lid, on the inside of the lid. That's what happens. I start making something and then I come up with different ideas as I'm doing it when it's too late. There we go. And there's my last one, which I had just lost. I haven't got a very big desk, but I do manage to lose things quite frequently. Okay, so I mean, actually, I've got a spare one there in white. I think I'm going to put that on the inside at the top there as well, as this is one that I made earlier, just so you can get a rough idea of how that would look. So I think that's really nice. That makes the inside of the box really pretty. But of course I've not finished. I'm still carrying on. I've done something else as well. So I wanted to do tissue paper inside. I don't know, you might have seen me stamp on tissue paper before to make it really pretty. But today I'm going to do something different. So I've made, this is just a piece of white tissue paper, and I've cut it so it is 11 inches. So it's 11 inches this way. I'm not sure what it is that way, but it's not completely relevant. And then I'm just folding it in half, and I am going to put it into my embossing folder. So I'm going to put it in here, and as we remember, we don't use this one. It's the same because we're still using our embossing folder. I'm going to run this through my Big Shot just with one cutting plate. Okay, and can you see how pretty that is? Look what it's done to that paper. And then I'm just going to turn it round and do the other side. And there you go. Look what it is. The tissue paper idea. It's just great. It just came to me. I've just wondered if it would work, and it does. I mean, it's not perfect if you're a perfectionist because you've got the embossing two different ways. But you know, when you use your tissue paper, really you sort of screw it up, don't you? You screw it up a little bit to go inside your box, and like wrap your gift in it and screw it up. But when it comes out, it's really pretty. It's just a little bit extra. Or even if you didn't want to screw it up, I've got another one here. You can fold it up. You could wrap your present round and fold it. Maybe tie a bit of ribbon round it. But it's just really nice. It's a really nice finish to the box to have that lovely embossed tissue paper as well. Oh, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. There's my original and here's my updated version. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hop along with everybody else on this brilliant blog hop. And please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.